JVN Dr. Anamika Aherwal, Associate Professor in the Department of Science and Technology at Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to take the lecture on the subject name System Analysis and Design, and the session name is the Design Fundamentals. So, first you should know what is design. So, design is basically the creative process of transforming a problem into a solution. So, in our case, just like transforming a requirements specification into a detailed description of the software to be implemented. And the specification is what we are going to build, and in design means how to build it. So, a description of the structure of the solution in designing phase. Now, designing is the process of going from software to this. Okay, like this is a structure. Okay, so this is called as a design. This you are seeing here in the database different labels. So the next is the what is design. In this, it is the process of defining the structure of the software. In this, what units make up the code base, how do those units connect to perform the required functions. Now this is the general design stages, like in this identify nature of requirements. So in this discussions with customers, so that you identify the requirements. After that, go to the analyze problem and derive solutions. So in after this phase, this is the system specification basically, and goes to the postulate a design solution. So here we find the solution and so postulate it. So after getting the solution, this potential design, we validate design against this specification, and if there is some seek a new design, like so we revert back to the postulate design solution, then again come back to this phase, and the second is the refine the design. After refining the design, we again send back to the validate design section, and if final design blueprints we get, then the implement solution will take place. Okay, so now come to the stages of design. There are 3 repeating stages, like first is the problem understanding, second identify solutions, third is the describe and document chosen solution. In problem understanding, first of all look at the problem from different angles to discover what needs the design needs to capture. And the second is the identify solution, is to evaluate possible solutions and choose the most appropriate in terms of available resources. And the third one is the describe and document chosen solution. In this, use graphical, formal or other descriptive notations to describe the components of the design. The next is the design is performed at multiple levels of granularity, like architecture, unit, low level. So in architecture, how is the system structured into subsystems and how do those subsystems work together? In terms of units, what units make up these subsystems and how do these units work together? And in terms of the low level stage, what algorithm will be employed and what data structure will be used. This is the design activities stages, you can say steps. In this, you see here system architecture, a high level breakdown of systems. First, requirement specification goes into the architectural design, then after processing it goes or you can say it enters into the interface phase. In this phase, how subsystems interact with each other and how external users and system interact with system. So after this interface design, go to the next phase, that is component design. In this component design, a list of individual classes within your system. So after completing this design phase, go to the next phase, that is data design. In this, the format of data that is produced and consumed by user system. So the lastly, algorithm design. In this phase, the algorithms used to implement system functionality. So the next is the design process. In this process, the design takes place in overlapping stages. And the second is the in practice, design is an exercise in starting from an abstraction and filling in the missing detail. Now come to the basic design strategies. In this, you see here in this diagram, this is the systems are typically designed as a hierarchy. This is a hierarchy. Unit N provides N services used by Unit D, and Unit D provides a service used by Unit B. Unit B provides a service used by Unit A link. Okay, so design strategies dictate how these units and their connections are laid out. Now the next one is a centralized design. In centralized design, system is designed from a functional viewpoint, call and return model. This is typically in C and non-object oriented languages. In this, execution is controlled from a central point in the system. In this section, a method is called the result is passed back to the controlling location, then that is passed into the next method, and the system is designed as a set of independent services that communicate only with a central master component. In this, the system state is centralized and shared between the functions operating on that state. States are all data is stored by the master component, and each called component receives all data if needs from the master. This is the diagram. You see here scan sources. This is the source program coming from the main thing, and this from the main program. There are the tokens which are transformed in form of built symbol tables. Again they revert back in form of token symbols to the main, and then after going transforming this analysis phase, then a syntax tree is built and go to the main. Then again this generate a binary tree, that is object code, and this error indicator, this is the object error. So error message is here stored here. Now the decentralized design means a basis of object oriented design, and it is a system is designed as a collection of interactive components. System state is decentralized and each component manages its own data. Multiple instances of an component may exist and communicate. How most modern systems are designed, easier to isolate errors in one component. See in this figure, this is source program, token stream, scan, add symbol tables. This is a grammar check. Okay, then this grammar check, then get to the symbol table, then after build a syntax tree, then finally the error message print. And this, if this grammar generates this abstract code, this abstract code will generate the object code. Now designing strategies are, the systems are typically designed as a hierarchy also. As I previously told you that higher level units make use of many lower level units. So lower level units tend to stand alone. So small self-contained really call other components. Now the top-down design is the in this top-down design involves starting at the uppermost components, design those and work down the hierarchy level by level, and the choose a major system functions, decide how to break it into components, and decide how to break those components into smaller subcomponents. In practice, large system design is never truly top down, and some branches are designed before others, and designers use experiences during the design process Sometimes the lower level needs to be designed for the top level to be completed. Bottom up, in principle, bottom up design involves starting with standalone components, then assembling them into a complete system. In practice, large system design is never truly bottom up. An efficient system cannot be designed without planning for integration. So the complete picture must be kept in mind. This is all about today's session. Thank you. Uh, this session powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.